starts. If you do hear some noise, it's my laundry machine, so I do apologize. Hope you enjoy my video. Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to start this journey with you and this whole process, as I'm really excited. So I'm making this video as a little introduction video to talk about my experience applying to the Disney College program. I have watched a ton of these videos now and have found a lot of them to be really helpful. So I thought about starting my own channel to talk about my experience as someone going into the Disney College experience and program with absolutely no experience whatsoever. And I plan on taking my camera along with me to the Disney College program and talking about my whole experience while I'm down there and vlogging all of it, and I'm really excited to take you along the journey with me. So I applied to the Disney College program on January 21st of 2020. Before applying, I did not have much of any info about the Disney College program. I had met some girls at Disney in line for the Rock and Roller Coaster back in May of 2019 who were on the program currently, and they were super sweet. They told me, yeah, like, we live here, we work here. One of them actually happened to be from the same state as me, and she told me that her college gave her credit for it. A lot of colleges, don't, but some do. So I was really surprised to find that out afterwards, after doing research and finding out that my own school wouldn't give me any credit for it. She was super nice, and so was the other girl that she was with. They were both really sweet, told me that it was on their day off so they could go to the park. But I had no information about the Disney College program. Pretty much they live there, they work there, and they go to school there. So pretty cool. But over the past couple years, my best friend has sent it to me so many times. She's like, oh my god, you love Disney so much. This is something you should totally do. I can totally see you working at Disney and living at Disney. And I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good, but never really put any real thought into it. I've had multiple parents at my job say to me, hey, like, I did the Disney College program. I think you would be so good at that. You should go do it. And I was like, yeah, okay. Kind of just like when I had it in my head, but never had any real ideal experience to do it, and I never had that real drive to go do it. But on January 21st, I went to dinner with my boyfriend, and we had just gotten back from our trip. We got back on the 14th of January, and I had a Disney shirt on, and our server was like, oh my god, I love your Disney shirt. And I was like, oh, thank you, we just got back. And she's like, oh my god, I did the Disney College program. And I told her, I was like, hey, like, tell me all about it, like, I really want to know. And she told me about how she was a character performer and how she just loved it. She made so many friends, and all those friends that she's with they're all still friends today after so many years. And she told me that they're all in each other's weddings, and I was like, oh, I want that. And then she told me about how amazing of a job experience it was, and how now, as the older adult, she is able to put down that she worked for the Walt Disney Company on her resume, and that's huge to a lot of people, and not a lot of people can say that they've done that. And this job that she's now currently doing, her daytime job, she got with having no experience, but they saw that she had worked for Disney, and they let her come in for an interview, and she got the job. So that really was something for me. And I'm kind of at a little bit of a bump, I'd say, but I mean, I'm only a freshman in college, but I went in really strong-headed about what I want to do. I'm currently early education, and then declared as liberal studies as well, because I have to double major at my school. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a teacher. I love kids. This is what I want to do. And I still definitely feel that way, but I mean, there's part of me that is like, maybe this is not what you're supposed to do. Maybe you're supposed to do something else. And that's a huge reason why I was like, hey, I want to do the Disney College program. I want to do this to be able to figure out what I want to do with my life. I don't know, and I feel like this is a great way to help me figure out what I want to do. So that night I went home and I applied, not having any knowledge. I literally just typed in Disney College program, apply. Spent 2 hours filling out this application, and I spent so much time on it because I was like, all right, cool, I want to talk about my job experience. And come to find out afterwards, a lot of people who have made these type of videos talk about like the key terms and the key phrases and all these different things that you have to put. I did not know any of that. I didn't do any of that. So I genuinely feel like you being you is 100% worth it. I talked about all of my job experience. I've been working since the age of 14, so I have a lot of job experience, and not in a bad way though. I mean, my first job ever, I was there for 3 years. I worked at a grocery store. I was a cashier. I'm not going to say the grocery store, but I was there for 3 years, and I was a cashier. And then once I got to the age of 16, I was promoted to assistant manager of the checkout, and that was a lot of fun. I really loved it. But then decided to move on, and I worked at a front desk of a hotel, and not gonna say the hotel, but some of the people there just were a little odd. But then after that, I went to another hotel. I worked at a restaurant, and then after that, I was at the hotel while I was working at a kids clothing store, and got a little bit more retail experience. And then I've been at a children's fitness center, teaching children's fitness for 2.5 years now, and I love it. So, and on top of all that, I babysit. So being able to put all of that on resume, and then when it came to volunteer experience, I definitely know they like to see some of that. I don't do a lot of that just because I don't have a lot of time to with school and with working, because I work a lot. But something that's really true to me is, and really dear to my heart, is my dad's memorial 5K. So that's huge to me. So I helped put that together a couple years ago when he passed away, and that's a huge thing that's really strong to me. So I definitely put that down. So after that, I just filled out the application, and then I went to go submit it, and nothing had saved. For some reason, there was some sort of glitch on the website, so I refreshed it, and then nothing had saved. So that was very frustrating, but it's okay. So I went back, filled it out, did it a little faster this time, and I honestly didn't put as much thought and effort into it as the first time, which kind of bums me out now, but it's okay. I definitely put in a solid effort though, not as detailed as the first time. And then after that, like, I did not know how any of this worked. I didn't know how hard it was to get in. I didn't know what the steps were, but so I applied on the 21st. On the 24th, it was a Friday, I had gotten the email saying action is required, which is, it said, we think you're a great candidate, like we want to invite you to take a web-based interview. And I literally have a video of me, I'll see if I can find it, sobbing, because I did not know what this meant, but I was so excited that I was moving on to the next step. And I went home right away and started this whole next process. Took the web-based interview, and pretty much it's different sections. And with these different sections, I think there was either 4 or 5, and there's like different questions in different sections. So it will say like, rate yourself as an employee, and it will say like, are you always on time? I'm sometimes on time. I'm never late, or I'm always late. And you just kind of answer what the best is for you. Like I hate being late. I get really bad anxiety about being late, so I'm always on time for things. If I am not, I get really stressed out, and it's not good. So I honestly just answered everything honestly. Some questions, they were timed, so it would only give you like 20 seconds, and one time I was trying to read the question, and I was like trying to think about it too much, and it timed out. So everything is honestly like first instinct, what pops into your head first. I know one of the questions was really silly. It was like, how do you feel about negative people? I don't like them. I don't talk to them. I try to help them. I care for them. And I was thinking, all right, if I'm dealing with someone who obviously is upset and is like a guest at Disney, I would obviously do my best to help them figure out what was going on, help to see if I can solve the issue for them. So I did help them. So it's really thinking about being honest, as well as thinking about the Disney experience, as well as being a Disney cast member. With that being said, afterwards I finished it. It took me about 45 minutes. After I had finished it, I got an email saying, congratulations, we think you're a great candidate, and we want to have a phone interview with you. And I was like, oh my god, not knowing how any of this works again. So I was like, all right, cool. This is awesome. Like, I'm so excited. I get to like talk to somebody and like prove that I like really want to do this and why I'm a good candidate. So I ended up getting an email a little bit after my congratulations email, and that email said, hey, due to high volume of applications, you won't be able to have your phone interview right away. And I was like, okay. So I waited and waited and waited. Every day I was checking my email to see if I got an email to even schedule it. So I didn't even get to schedule it yet. So this is the 24th. The 31st, I got an email saying, hey, still high volume. So like a whole week later. Then I told myself, hey, like I'm not going to check my email for a couple days. And that was on Tuesday. I told myself that because I was just stressing myself out, refreshing. And with that Wednesday, I woke up and I had a lot of emails. And I was like, don't do it, girl. But I did it anyway. And I actually had an email from Disney. And it was like, hey, schedule your phone interview. And I was like, oh my God. So I scheduled my phone interview. So that was February 5th. So I scheduled my phone interview. And I scheduled it for February 10th at 9:30 in the morning. So I had scheduled my phone interview, and I was so excited for my phone interview. I literally over-prepared myself to the absolute max that somebody could possibly prepare themselves for a phone interview. I had typed out 10 pages of notes, and in these notes I had done a bunch of research about what questions could be possibly asked in the Disney College Program phone interview, and I had typed out little responses for myself. You don't want to sound like you're reading off a script, which was not my idea at all. My whole idea behind it was to have little bullet points just in case I got lost talking about something. They might ask you about a customer I had at one of my jobs and if a difficult situation. So I wanted to be prepared for all the answers that could possibly be for the different jobs that I've had. So my phone interview came around, and my phone interview was scheduled at 9:30, but they can call you 15 minutes beforehand and 15 minutes afterwards. So they can call between 9:15 and 9:45. They called me at 9:32, and let me tell you, my phone interview, it was very chaotic, but we made it work. I will probably end up making a whole other video about my phone interview. I probably will post bits and pieces of my phone interview. My phone interview was very long. It was 40 minutes. I have never heard of anybody having a 40-minute interview until I met my roommate for the Disney College Program, because I got accepted, which we're getting to that point, and my roommate had a 45-minute interview, and I was like, wow, because they're only supposed to be like 20 minutes long, but it's not a bad thing, supposedly, to have a really short interview or a really long interview. I've heard from some people having a really long interview can be a bad thing, only because the fact that you talked too much and rambled a little too much. But I mean, to me, I took the opportunity as this is my time to shine. I'm here to let them know why I am a good candidate and why I should stand out of other people. And and I did that. And so I also, my phone interview, my recruiter, her name was Recruiter Stacy. She was so sweet, and she suggested that I go to the character auditions, which I did, which I'll probably make another video about. And yeah, so I had my phone interview on February 10th. And all the people that I had been talking to were all getting accepted, or they already were accepted, so it was really hard for me. A lot of people find out within a couple days or like a week or two, and I had seen people find out like at the absolute latest like 15 days. Then I had heard of the horror stories of people waiting until the last possible day and not getting in. And then I've heard of people waiting to the absolute last day and getting in. So, I mean, honestly, people kept telling me, they're like, trust the process, this is your time, girl, like, don't worry. And I have never wanted something so bad in my life. I've never been so invested in something that I wanted it so bad. So March 5th, they had sent out a big wave, and everyone kept telling me, today's your day, girl, today's your day. All these people I've met, I've made so many amazing friends on the Facebook page already, and at the Disney auditions. Everyone has been unbelievable and amazing. And everyone kept telling me, today's your day, girl, today's your day. And As the day went on, it was around 2:30. I was like really losing hope. I was driving home from school and I was crying because I was sad. And then I got pulled into my driveway, and I had gotten a text message because I opted in to get updates, and it said status update, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I was freaking out because I know that when they do waves, people can get no longer in consideration. And I opened it and it said congratulations, and I literally started bawling. I did not know my role, did not know my program, did not know anything. I just started hysterically bawling, and that's okay because I was really excited because I really did not think I was going to get in. But yeah, so the program I got was Fall Advantage, and I originally had applied for fall, and on my phone interview, which I'll probably talk about more about in a different video, I told them I wanted to switch to Fall Advantage, and a lot of people that do that don't end up actually getting what they switched to. So I was really shocked that I did get Fall Advantage and I got merchandise. So I'm really excited for all of this, and I'm really excited to make more videos and talk to you guys more about my whole experience and take you guys on this really magical journey. So I'm really excited and hope you all enjoyed this first video of my Disney college experience beginning journey.